Hey, what's up guys? So tonight I want to address a topic that's being brought to my attention more and more. I'm getting these DMs from people more and more, and so I thought that it was worth making a video about it and talking about it and trying to find some solutions around it. The question that I'm getting is, Kawa, I'm a right-handed shooter but I'm left-eye dominant, right? So I'm shooting that, so because I'm left-eye dominant, I'm shooting that rifle with my left eye, but I'm shooting pistol with my right hand. So right-handed shooter, left-eye dominant. Or Kawa, I'm right-eye dominant, but I'm a left-handed shooter, right? And so the question that I get is, how can I bring everything to one side? There's two options in doing that. There's two options in trying to bring everything to one side. And you kind of have to choose which one you want to do. Now, you can choose both options, but this is going to take a lot of work. A lot of work. There's really one option if you ask me, but I'm going to give you the second one because it has merit and it's worth talking about. So let's use the example of the left-eye dominant right-handed shooter, okay? So your first option is to start training your non-dominant hand to become your dominant hand because you're already left-eye dominant. So now you should make your left hand also dominant, okay? So now instead of having a right-sided holster, you need to find a left-sided holster. Right? That's the only change you need to make. You're already shooting the rifle with your left hand. You might as well start shooting pistol with your left hand too. Okay? And so it's going to take you some more time. Right? It's going to take you a lot longer because there's a lot more mechanics that you have to now reintroduce yourself to. A left-handed draw stroke, a right-handed marriage, presentation, all that good stuff. Right? Doing it on the move, doing it static, target transitions. That's why I brought all that stuff up. Because in order to train if you're, again, left-eye dominant, but you're a righty, in order to train your left hand to become now the dominant hand, there is a lot of new motor skill memories that you have to introduce while breaking the old ones. Okay? While breaking the ones with this hand. This hand used to be dominant, but it's no longer dominant. So this hand is going to fight you. It's going to fight you every inch of the way as you're trying to now make this hand dominant. But at the same time, you have to also train this hand to now draw mags, right? You have to train this hand to do stuff that the left hand used to do, right? Where for us, we were drawing mags with our left hand and we were doing all kinds of bunch of stuff with our left hand. Now you got to train your right hand to be that support. Now you got to train your right hand to draw mags and do all this weapons manipulations, that. I mean, for me, that is not the option that I want to take. To me, that's really hard. That means basically like I am reintroducing myself to shooting. That's basically what it means, right? Of course, I understand the fundamentals, but now it's applying the fundamentals mechanically that I might as well just be a new shooter. Or option number two is, instead of training our left hand to be now the dominant hand, how about we train our right eye to now be the dominant eye? Our eyes don't move, right? They don't physically move and stuff. But now everything needs to just happen with our right eye, right? So I can keep shooting the pistol, but now I got to shoot it with my right eye. Now I can bring this rifle over to my right side. Now I have this rifle actually in my strong hand, but now I got to train my right eye to acquire those sights, right? Rifle comes to your strong side, pistol stays strong side. But now you're just training your eye to acquire those sights, right? And you may have to do some refamiliarization with now what your support hand looks like with the rifle. Because before, your support hand was your right hand, right? Your right hand was dropping the mag and doing all this stuff and putting new mags in. But now you go back to your strong hand being the right hand, and now you got to train your left hand to do all this weapons manipulation, right? How do we train our right eye? Okay? So in this case, let's kind of reset the situation or reset the scenario here. Okay, so I am right eye and right hand dominant, but I want to train my left eye. Okay, so let's say I want to train my left eye. Now, with the pistol, it's kind of easy, right? Because even though I draw with my right hand, I just got to train myself. I just got to introduce some small, minute mechanics here, which is before when I was drawing this pistol, I was drawing, bringing up my rib cage, getting that nice high marriage, and then staying to my strong side already so that I can acquire the sights out on the side picture, trigger prep, en route to here before I take the shot, right? But now I'm training my left eye. So Kawa's trying to train his left eye. So what should he do? All right, so now when I'm drawing, I gotta bring that pistol kind of over a little more, right? Or at least center. And as I'm presenting out, I have to do side alignment side picture with my left eye. So that by the time I get here, I can take that shot. But notice what I did with my right eye as I was doing all this work with my right eye. What did I do? I close it, right? It's easier. Now if I leave both eyes open, then my right eye is going to want to take over. So, and then my mechanics are naturally going to want to go back to that right eye. But that's not right. I'm trying to train my left. I'm trying to train my left to now become the dominant one. So I have to close this eye. Now when I close this eye, it's easy. Right? When I leave them open, now I get confused. I'm like, where should I go? Right? And I'm going back to my right eye. Now I got to go, okay, here's my left eye. Right? Because I'm seeing double vision here. I'm seeing double vision, so I'm like, oh shoot, which one? Right? So I want to close my eye. That makes this so much easier. I like that. Here's the problem with closing your eye. At the same time that you're building these new motor skill memories to bring this gun over a little bit and also to kind of align it with your right eye and do everything else, you're also training your right eye to close. So every time you draw, you're training your right eye close. Close, so I can get my left eye side alignment. Close, close. And obviously it's going to take a lot of time and reps for me to train my left eye, right? But all that time and reps is also training my right eye to close. Teaching yourself to close your eye on presentation is bad. All right? I tell people all the time, shoot with both eyes open. Always shoot with both eyes open. The only time it's okay to close one eye is when you're taking precision shots, right? So let's kind of take me out of my scenario where I'm trying to train my left eye, and let's say I'm going back to my right eye. The only time I'm going to close my left eye is when I'm taking precision shots at distance or on a piece of paper, and I really want to get that perfect side alignment side picture and get that really accurate shot. Okay? So that is the only time that it's okay for you guys to close your eyes, is when you're taking precision shots on a nice controlled range where there's no stressors. Now, put yourself in the real world. Do you really think closing your eye is a feasible or viable option in the real world scenario? It makes no sense. Closing your eye does a couple things for you that put you at a huge disadvantage. One, you lose about 20-something degrees of peripheral vision. But you also lose 20-something degrees of field of view. Okay? So if there's, right here is where I lose my hand when my right eye is closed. Right? However, when my eye is open, I can see it. I can see it, see it, see it, see it, see it, see it. I can still see it. Right? So I can see from here to here. That's about 20-something degrees of peripheral view that now I regained because I opened my eye. So now, if something bad is happening over here, but I'm focused over here, in my peripheral I can see it, and I can, as soon as I address this and finish it, I can, address that. I can focus on that. Because I saw my peripheral, I saw my field of view. Whereas if I close my eye and there's something bad happening here, I can't see it. So now I have a huge disadvantage, right? I might as well just put a patch over my eye and fight that way. Okay? The other thing is, are you really going to move and shoot with one eye closed? No, that makes no sense, right? Again, I don't know anybody that moves and shoots with one eye closed, keeping both eyes open. I have 180 degrees of field of view and peripheral vision, and I can see everything. That's why I would never close one eye or the other in a firefight, let alone training. So then what can we do? What can we do to get this? So what can I do? So let's go back to my scenario. I'm trying to train my left eye. What can I do to train my left eye, but not also train my right eye to close? Well, what I have here is I have a cheap $2 pair of clear lens iPro. I use the term iPro loosely, of course, but they're clear lens. They're cheap, and if I put them on, I can still see everything, nice and neat, right? So now instead of closing one eye, why don't I just take these cheap little iPro and block out one side? You guys see that? I have duct tape here. Let me bring that closer. Right? So now I have one side blacked out and I don't have to close my left eye. Right? These are really dirty and all scratched up. Right? So now I can sit here and I can train my left eye. A little premature. Try again. I can train my left eye and not close my right eye. Doing that works. Side line to side picture, trigger prep in route. Now how much work I put in is really up to me, right? How quickly I want to train this left eye. It looks ridiculous, but you can do this on the range, you can do it at home. But if you're serious about really bringing everything over to one side, then this is the type of stuff that you have to do. Train your non-dominant eye to now become your dominant eye, or at least equal to your dominant eye, right? So with the pistol, it's easy, right? Now with the rifle, that's why I wore this 1 point, so I can demonstrate this for you guys. So with the rifle, I'm just sitting here doing low readies. So first, before I do low readies, I'm going to sit in here and I'm going to get my side picture. Okay, see it. That's my left eye, see it? I don't have to close my right eye. And now that I have it, I'm just going to practice acquiring that. Doing little low readies. And if I want to add a degree of difficulty, then maybe I can do high readies. Right? And I'm not fighting, my right eye is not fighting to get there and try to see it because it's blacked out. Alright guys, so to recap, we are addressing the issue of my left eye is dominant, but I'm a righty, right? My right eye is dominant, but I'm a lefty. Help me bring everything to one side. I said there's two options. Really, there's one option, right? But I mentioned the second one because it has merit, but it's harder because it's more mechanics that you have to use, right? The first one was training our non-dominant hand to be the dominant hand now, right? Finding a holster on the left side and now making my left hand dominant to match my left eye dominancy, right? The second option that requires less mechanics but more just hand-eye coordination is training your non-dominant eye to become the dominant eye. So if I'm a righty but I'm left eye dominant, now I want to train my right eye, right? So in this case, this duct tape would go over on the left side so I can train my right eye. Right? Now you can do everything with your right or with your dominant hand, but now you're just training your non-dominant eye to become the dominant eye. And that to me is so much easier, right? Because all this mechanical stuff that I do with my hands, you know, my primary hand, my support hand, all the support tasks, all the primary tasks, now get to stay the same. Now when I present or pick up those sights, I just have to use some hand-eye coordination to get it to my non-dominant eye. And I can use those clear lens to train my non-dominant eye. Alright, so that's all I got, guys. I hope that helped you out. Again, please share this video because I know that there's a bunch of you that reached out and asked this question, but I know that there's tons more that have the same problem that haven't reached out or they don't know me, okay? So try to share this video if you can. If you guys, of course, you know, like always, if you have any questions or anything, you can DM me, you can put them in the comments, you can reach out to me, and I'll try to help you out as much as I can. But that's all I got. I hope that you guys got something out of this and you found it helpful. Alright? And if you have a buddy that has this issue, please tag them in it, okay? Or share it. Send it to them. Alright, cheers guys.